Welcome to the Midnight Frequency, supported by Aurora Quantum. Tonight, we're diving into something that has shaped our world in ways most of us never think about: numbers. Numbers are everywhere. They define our time, our money, even our understanding of reality itself. But what if I told you, some numbers shouldn't exist? From cursed equations to patterns hidden deep in nature, tonight, we explore numbers that defy logic, challenge our understanding, and, in some cases, may hold secrets we were never meant to find. Let's start with something simple, or at least, something that seems simple: zero. Today, zero is just a basic part of math, but for most of human history, it didn't exist. Think about that. Ancient civilizations had numbers for counting things, but no way to express nothing. The ancient Greeks, some of the greatest mathematical minds in history, refused to accept zero. To them, the idea of nothing being a number made no sense. How can nothing be something? It wasn't until the 5th century in India that zero became a real concept. And when it did, math itself changed forever. Without zero, there are no computers, no binary code, no modern physics. The number that almost didn't exist became the foundation of everything digital. Alright, let's talk about a number that does exist, but seems almost too perfect to be real: the golden ratio. 1.618, a number that appears over and over again in nature. The spirals of seashells, the arrangement of leaves on a stem, even the proportions of the human face. Some people call it nature's fingerprint, a mathematical constant that seems to be woven into the very structure of reality. But here's where it gets weird. The golden ratio also shows up in human-made structures, ancient temples, Renaissance paintings, even the stock market. It's almost as if this number is built into our perception of beauty, balance, and maybe even something deeper. Some theorists have gone even further, suggesting that the universe itself is designed around the golden ratio. That if we ever truly understand why this number keeps appearing, we might unlock something hidden. Now, let's get even stranger. What if I told you that some of the most important numbers in existence aren't real? Imaginary numbers, numbers that, by definition, shouldn't exist. Take I, the square root of -1. There's no real number that, when multiplied by itself, equals -1. But in the 16th century, mathematicians started using I anyway, and suddenly, things that were impossible became possible. Quantum mechanics uses imaginary numbers. Electrical engineering? Imaginary numbers. The equations that describe how particles behave at the smallest level of reality. All rely on numbers that don't actually exist. It makes you wonder, do imaginary numbers exist because we invented them, or did we discover something that was always there, waiting to be found? Now, let's talk about numbers that go on forever. Numbers we can't predict, can't fully understand, but that still shape our world. Pi, 3.14159, an endless string of digits that never repeats, never stops. We've calculated it to trillions of digits, but we will never find the final one. Pi is woven into circles, waves, and even the orbits of planets. But here's the unsettling part: because it never repeats, some theorists believe that, if you convert pi into letters, somewhere in that infinite sequence is everything. Your name, your entire life story, maybe even the future. And then there's Euler's number, E. Another irrational, endless number that appears in finance, physics, even the way populations grow. These numbers have rules but no end. They hint at something beyond what we can fully comprehend. Maybe numbers aren't just tools. Maybe they're a language, one we're only beginning to understand. So, here's the question: are numbers just something we created to describe the world, or were they always there, waiting to be discovered? Did we invent math, or did we just find the pieces of an ancient puzzle that has always existed? Think about that next time you check the time, count your steps, or see a pattern in the world around you. This has been the Midnight Frequency, supported by Aurora Quantum. Until next time, stay curious, and watch out for the numbers that don't want to be found.